This stream was made possible thanks to my amazing Patreon supporters, so thank you all so much for your support, and a great big thanks to the Dastardly DMs, Whimsical Wisp and Moxie the Demon. This stream was made possible thanks to my amazing Patreon supporters, so thank you all so much for your support, and a great big thanks to the Dastardly DMs, Whimsical Wisp and Moxie the Demon. This stream was made possible thanks to my amazing Patreon supporters, so thank you all so much for your support, and a great big thanks to the Dastardly DMs, Whimsical Wisp and Moxie the Demon. Wisp, how are your notes? Do you think you've got enough to do us a little cheeky recap there?
Assuming, I'm trying to think if this goes together, and I think this goes together. It does. So last session the shaman gave us a short prayer before pushing us off towards the island. We went through the aberrant, like, it was like a sea, even though it was only like a pond. Mm-hmm. But we went through that. The ship scene was amazing. After we had a bunch of giant aberrants attack us. Sigurd thought it would be a good idea to cut some off for some calamari later. Yep. We came to the island, and there were 4 entranced Thanoi, which didn't really do much. They were just trying to protect the temple. They turned into weird fish-like creatures, and so, unfortunately, they had to go. Then we went into the underwater temple. We drank the potions of water breathing, but then we actually started to turn into like half fish creatures, which was interesting.
Monkey's paw type water breathing potion.
Yeah. We about halfway through, Enna and Corda got like an impulse to head back, and so we had to pull them back, and then afterwards we had to fight this giant like tentacle creature. We didn't know how to send him back, so unfortunately he had to go as well. We had to kill him. But then we headed back to, after we head back to town, the waters like all turned back to normal, and we found out that the main guy, was it Jan Grimmer, had actually summoned him, and so when we got back to town and he was spreading a bunch of lies about the shaman, Sigurd had had enough and just chucked Trident into him, pretty much essentially killing him, but he was about to turn, and then the rest of the camp was like, oh, and then they started just like beating the hell out of him.
They ate his ass, dude, yeah.
They just mauled that guy to death.
It helped as well that Kassan had disguised himself also as the
He also, yeah, I forgot about that. He did disguise himself as
imposter. The gods themselves strike you with lightning.
That was awesome.
And then the Thanoi ate that boy.
Yeah, he gone.
Turns out you're not the only cannibal.
Yeah, that's why I picture after while they're like ripping him apart and eating him, Corda just like jabs him in the elbow. It's like, you kind of have a taste for flesh, don't you?
Well, I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication, but they didn't eat him. But they,
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
I thought they didn't.
They tore him to pieces, very animalistic style.
Maybe I'm projecting.
Well, if it's from Sigurd's notes, maybe Sigurd's projecting. But
no, it's not. I didn't have that. I thought they just ripped him apart too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that is where we left off. Beyond that, we were, and I'll put us onto the region map here. Beyond that, we stand at the edge of camp. You see this this massacre. Well, it's not a massacre. It's one person. This butchering of the chieftain at Camp Bjorngard. Jorngrimr is no more. His flesh has been stripped from his bones and his bones scattered to the wind. There is very little left but a patch of blood in the snow. The shaman, Brynhildr, approaches. How did you know? How did you know you were a monster?
The creature at the bottom of the depth told us he was summoned here by this creature.
Creature? I can't thank you enough for what you've done here. As she's saying this, another Tannoy approaches, taking center stage by standing on a tree stump. It's clearly a ceremonial place. It's got decor around it and carvings and the like. She steps up onto that and declares, I, Astrid, hereby declare myself chief.
Oh my gosh.
A bit bold of some other motherfucker, isn't it?
Brynhildr just kind of like looks down to her feet. She's very old at this stage and isn't exactly capable of like fighting for position of like head of the tribe. But regardless, she pulls out a hefty coin sack and provides you with 200 gold each.
Yeah.
Alright. I think Kassan is going to go ahead and, while still disguised as, the guy who they just killed, walk up to this new chief, put his hand on her shoulder, and say, listen to your elder. Respect her wisdom. Do not make the same mistake I did, and perhaps you can escape my fate. Now, Damon, you have fulfilled your oath in allowing me to make up for my mistakes. Your body is your own once more. And then drop the disguise, and Kassan just looks very confused.
Awesome. Roll me performance for that.
Hijack my body again. I hate when they do that.
I'm gonna poke at the shaman. I'm gonna be like, do you have like an apprentice or someone?
She says, let me just double check. She shakes her head and says, no. Jan Grimmer once said that I was to be the last shaman in Bjorngard. Kassan, can I please get a performance check for your speech there?
Yeah. With my terrible performance, yeah.
You can give me advantage because you fucking roleplayed it well.
I mean, that was amazing.
I was gonna say, if he didn't get advantage for that, that would have been a sin.
Awesome.
That's
at
not
that.
bad.
Cool. Right. Yeah, she steps down the tannoy that stood up there, and she listens to what you're saying as you say it, looking a little bit fearful of you before the transformation rolls back and you turn back into Kassan. And while she herself doesn't look entirely convinced, like she turns and she argues like, no, I should be the chief. And she's arguing. You can see that you've made an impact in the actual camp itself, and other people are saying like, but the shaman's the traditional one, and they have a bit of an argument, and you can tell it's not going to get violent from what you can tell, but it's at least opened up an active discussion about the situation.
Not violent, but more disgruntled.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah. With that, she a good few of the tannoy show up to the shaman's side. It appears that it is the majority, whereas some still stand by by Astrid, the hunter. She is fairly large and nearly as scarred up as Yarn Grimmer, but she stands down when she sees that the folk of the camp have voted, essentially. So Brynhilde.
Well, she seems tough. It's good to have somebody strong leading.
I mean, there's no reason that the shaman can't lead, like, for more diplomatic things, and the hunter can lead for, like, more hunting and protecting things.
Brynhilde turns to you and she says, I think this is the correct path. She says, Astrid, we have much to discuss. And they both head into the largest tent, which is the traditional shaman tent. And from there you are left. Yeah, and from there you are left to your own devices. I have it at nighttime now, but you actually arrived in the morning, so let's get that up to there.
Great.
So, as this kind of slows to a stop, and the tannoy re-enter their homes, and others go and kind of like prod the lake with their spears, you see I'll keep that for later. Okay, right. Yeah.
Well, that's concerning.
So we will, unless you got any more business, there is, and generally you can get some woodworking stuff here, and maybe some potions, but that's about it. If you wanted to buy anything while you're here.
Let me... Do I need food?
And there is
you got calamari, didn't you?
Yeah, I got some of the calamari.
There's a good fishing scene here, but they were on the verge of starving because of all of the fishermen going missing, so they don't really have a lot of food to sell.
They might be fishing a very suspicious looking shark.
I was hoping the shark would have turned back.
Yeah. One with like a harpoon wound at the side and a very big blunt dent on its forehead from my goddamn fists.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so other than that, you head back to your sled with the doggos. I think at this point Enna is still with you, and Wakefield is Wakefield has still vanished, but from your previous kind of times where he's disappeared, we'll say that, like, you know that he'll appear where his lamp is, a la the planes.
Well, if we have his lamp, that can guide the way, and I kind of just tie it to the sled.
How much money do you think we can get for this thing?
I don't know. I don't think it's worth much, except for its sentimental value.
Anna's probably just there going...
We should probably head out to Silverguard to make our way over to Shivergrade. I don't know if we can make the whole distance in one day or not. Can we? Is it 60 kilometers or 50 kilometers for a full day travel? I don't remember which one we said.
You can do 80. You can do 80.
Oh, we can do it. Well, that's not a problem then. We can just head right to Shiverguard.
Yeah, I think the poor conditions kind of buggered us a little bit.
Yes, yeah. It's not too bad right now, but in general, we've decided to follow the coast, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
this little
instead of traversing the mountain path to get up here, which, in honest, if there wasn't a mountain, we could do in like 2 days. But when you count the time, you have to go.
Rainbow flashback.
Yeah.
When you have to.
Sigurd is not afraid.
So we could. I reckon that along the way, we could pop to Silverguard, see if they've got any supplies.
What kind of supplies do we need other than the book?
Maybe dog feed. We've got food for these dogs, eh? Might be good to stock up on some of it.
Didn't I buy some?
Did I not? No. Your
dog feed for the little dog and the big dog.
Your robot friend bought some and he disappeared, so.
Oh, yeah. Bugger!
Alright, okay. So,
we get a short rest or a long rest before we
the Queen of the Dogs demands tribute.
You may take a long rest if you want, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, sure, we can do a long rest. I'm down for that.
I'm just...
Did you add the 200 gold, or are we adding that ourselves?
You will have to add that yourselves.
Okay, I'll do that then.
I accidentally gave myself 2,000 gold for a second. I promise I fixed it. No need to double check.
I'm not, don't worry. I trust you.
Can double check mine. We were supposed to add 200?
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm not aware of what any of you had prior, so
I had 197.
There's no point in me double checking your work, so.
I mean, I'm all for helping if someone needs money for something.
Awesome. All right. So as you awake from your slumber, let's say you could have camped at your own little campsite during that process. You awake to the sun beginning to set. So, yeah. Sun's beginning to set, and let me see, 1, 2, about 2 hours before it gets dark. Then you will be traveling in the dark. So,
can we make it to Silverguard before it gets dark?
No. No, it will be dark by the time you arrive in Silverguard. So, hopping onto your sled, and I don't know, what's the noise you make to make the dogs go?
Like a yip yip or whatever the fuck.
Mush! That's it, yeah.
Mush. Yip yip is Avatar, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, so it is, yeah. I was thinking yip yip as well, and then I was like, wait, is that a furry sex thing? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Let's ignore what I said and move.
Yep. I don't know what you're talking about.
Corda will remember that.
Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to read this.
All right. Okay. So we will. Actually, can I put this on to follow?
There you go.
No. All right, so you are on your way to Silverguard. You actually have that on your maps and everything. I don't remember who told you about Silverguard. It could have been the.
I think it was the secret because I checked my map.
Oh
and
yes,
the map.
That's it. Yep.
It was the shortcut thing.
Perfect. All right, so on your way there, let's do. All right, go. The wind begins to pick up, and as you're traveling along the base of this mountain range, you hear a low rumble coming from above.
That ain't good.
We should turn out immediately.
Looking up let's see what we can spy up on that mountain.
Sure. Without even needing a perception check or anything, you will see a very obvious cloud of snow tumbling down your direction. There is an avalanche heading your way. It is essentially like probably like a mile wide or so, as it's just coming down the face of the mountain. We don't have. I can't remember what we said about the land vehicle proficiencies.
I have water vehicle proficiency.
Yeah. I'd say.
I don't know if Sigurd would have.
Sigurd,
Yeah.
you used you've used it before because you had to travel up and down with the Adventurers Guild, so you will be the one making this roll as you mush the dogs. So
Awesome. What am I rolling for? Animal handling?
yes, you can roll animal handling. If you don't have proficiency, you can add proficiency to it.
Okay.
Can I use my Speak with Animals spell to help out?
Of course, yeah. So you can roll that with advantage then.
And Corda is barking very loudly. That's how I
translates automatically
This-
to
yeah.
song.
Translate to shit, fuck, danger.
Okay, so it's whatever this is +2. I can add +2. So 20. Dirty 20.
Awesome. All right, cool. As the as the avalanche is tumbling down the mountain at incredible breakneck speeds, you see trees on the mountain just kind of snap and fall down the mountain with the snow, and you manage to, with the help of Kassan and Corda, turn the sled with the dogs, and you are now running in front of the avalanche. It is, as it hits the base of the mountain, it continues to like roll your way. It's clearly losing steam now, as it's not got it's
Gravity.
not, yeah, but it still kind of tumbles your direction. What I'll get you to do is I'll let you all decide for yourselves what are you going to do to try and mitigate whatever's about to happen with this avalanche. And I'll just say, if it's not obvious, avalanches do deal damage.
Well,
Yeah. My thought, so the dog cart that we have is very large, right?
Well, yeah, I'd say it's about the size to fit 6 to 8 people. 8 people if you're going with, like, you know, smaller people. You have some very big folk in this carriage, so you're on this sled, so you're basically just about all fitting in here now, at this point.
Because my thought is to have Corda go big in order to shield.
Ooh.
Literally
you'll be huge, so you'll be able to stand.
I'll be large, not huge.
Oh, large. Okay, well, you'll still be able to stand above at least one person then.
Yeah.
You will shield. Sure. That is something you can do. Does anybody have any suggestions or objections?
I have no objections. I just have one question. Out of curiosity, for your ruling, would casting Shield of Faith on Corda help? Game mechanic wise, it just grants 2 to AC.
Yeah, sure.
I guess it would be like a really big attack roll. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that is okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that'll buff.
okay,
I
will expend 1 usage of rage.
Awesome. Okay. So as we do this, Sigurd, could you?
Oh, I just made the token huge.
That's awesome.
Oh no!
That's so good.
wait. Oh, that's amazing.
That's funny.
Okay,
What do you need
Sigurd,
me to roll?
could you just describe for me what your Shield of Faith looks like as you cast it on giant Corda?
So, since Sigurd is a little bit less on the religious side and more on the oath side, he, like, I imagine he just pictures the, like, warmth of a good fire and, like, a feast as, like, this kind of, like, glowing radiance starts emanating from, Corda, and you can kind of, like, see, like, probably the main one that pops to mind first for Sigurd would be Stu, as like this like foggy image of Stu is just like circling around Corda as it like goes above her, as like she's encased in like a smoke of stew.
That is not at all what I expected. That's amazing. Okay, cool. So, Corda, as you stand at the back of the sled, and it has got dark at this stage on your journey, you begin to glow and radiate, and you can smell a fantastic stew almost distracting, but not quite, as you...
No, not distracting. Motivating.
Motivating. Perfect. As you...
Everybody loves a little bit of fire and food in the belly.
Yeah. So, what I'll get you to do is... I'll give you advantage because you've expanded... because you're big and because you've got Shield of Faith.
Huge.
Let's roll strength.
Strength check, strength saving throw.
It'll be a check because you're actively trying to do it. You're not like avoiding it. So
Okay, so strength check with advantage. Even if you didn't give me that advantage, I would have had advantage anyway.
oh,
Because Rage does that.
I
Rage
see.
gives you advantage on all strength checks.
perfect.
Huzzah!
Advantage +3.
And then
Does it add-
we'll add a 2 to that as well because of your shield.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't add 2 to.
I'll just
strength.
do it because of the creativeness of the situation. So
You just this giant with stew flavored like
18th. Stew dog.
stew dog.
so you got
That's
a
Going in the notes.
21 total. Is that right?
Grabbing. That'll be 18 total.
Oh,
is that
18
not-
total. Cool.
Yeah, because she only added the 2. So yeah, she's like shielding it, feeling the snow pelting against her thing. It's like, I'm fucking hungry!
Don't worry, I'll cook you something great later.
That's amazing.
All right. So the snow eventually catches up. As I said, it's slowed down, and Corda is large and in charge, and is basically like human shielding or doggo shielding you from the snow. It does still tumble over a little bit, so what I'm going to do is get the two of you to roll me. So that's Kassan and Sigurd. You're going to roll me a. It'll have to be a con save each. You can have advantage as well because of everything that's went into this protection.
Alright. On save. Oh wait,
13.
was that an ability check? That was an ability check. I don't
Technically,
know.
no. I think maybe. I don't know. Actually.
Yes, you did an ability
It
check,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Con save's 14, but still
Cool.
similar thing.
Alrighty. So it should be that half ones. So that is. Okay, you're both of you take 9 damage.
Not bad.
Which is
Did I take any damage from that?
no.
No, okay.
No,
I'm
you
sick.
are good. You've you just faced it head on. What you will see though is you did lose a couple of doggos, and
No!
you
What
just
about 5?
five is tucked away somewhere, safe.
Oh, thank God.
Right, so what we'll see is as the avalanche tumbles through, some of the dogs are just like torn from the reins and disappear into the snow. You see a large tree, or the remnants of a tree, also tumble through. They miss Corda's arms just slightly and fly right through the middle of Kassan and Sigurd, and you just see Enna, her face in like utter shock. Maybe a reflexive mage hand comes out to also try and protect her. Corda isn't able to see this as she's looking in the opposite direction, but the two of you, Kassan and Sigurd, you see as she casts this mage hand to protect herself. It goes from just being a mage hand to extending out and becoming like a full-blown humanoid figure. It glows with starlight. It has very similar visual aspects to Kassan's constellation forms. You can see stars and starlight in it, as this creature takes the brunt of that force, falls backwards into Enna, and both of them vanish, and that's why Enna's gone.
Alright, I think Kassan is going to go ahead and use his wild shape to call forth a snowy owl.
Ooh, okay.
He doesn't turn into one. Instead, he just calls it forth, and it flutters above, so that he can use it as a frame of reference for perception and whatnot. Perfect. As well as to try to keep an eye on where the dogs that are lost could have landed.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So, all around you, as Kassan has aptly picked up, it is essentially a very thick fog of snow all around you. The snowy owl arrives above you, and you can't see through its eyes, can you? Or can you?
I can, it's a familiar.
Cool, awesome. So, as you look through its eyes, you can roughly make out the shape of your sled moving through the snow, but you can also see that it is mostly dying down at this point, but has severely reduced your visibility. You can see a safe haven not too far in the distance. You can see glowing firelight coming from a town that has may have been in the path of the avalanche as well. Just up ahead. You can roll me perception with your snowy owl. You can use its stats as well.
Alright, the snowy owl has advantage on perception, but has significantly worse wisdom than me. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Sure.
It'll just be a plus. It'll be it's a +1 or a +3, I forget. Perception +3, so it's 2 +3s. $16.
Alrighty, Rue. You out of the let me see. Out of the 4 missing dogs, you do spot 2 of them. You are unaware of where the others are. They may very well just be completely buried at this point. But you are able to redirect your sled, collect them on your journey over to Silverguard. You're a couple of doggos down, unfortunately. All of them are howling away as they as you make this journey. Would your Speak with Animals still be up? It's 10 minutes, is it?
Should still be up. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, you just hear various statements of mourning. A lot of it genuinely does just sound like howling, even with the Speak with Animals, as they're just kind of like sound devastated. And with that,
I will howl with them in solidarity.
Oh, just like I do have a hat. I just hold my hat down and I like bow.
I was hoping Sigurd would like a howl as well. Just
No. That would be funny though.
Right, okay. You arrive at Silverguard.
Is anyone else gonna be up this late?
Are any of them going to be alive?
There very well might not be anybody.
I don't like that sound. Oh no.
Place is going to be a little bit on the rough side if it's
Yeah.
been through an avalanche.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I don't recognize this town, do I?
You, as a player, would just from just a similar map or the same map. I'm not sure, but
I'm just making sure.
yeah,
That's all.
It's not the same in gameplay. It's not. Don't worry about that.
Okay, good. That's fine. I just wanted to know.
This is my generic snow town map. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
all right. So,
I very much don't like your snow.
arriving at Silverguard. Didn't really notice that I had Bjorngard and Silverguard right next to each other, but diddle-doo.
Founded by two rival brothers, the God Brothers. These two cities have a long history of hatred.
Yeah,
Ever
that's
since
this
Dawn.
is a real Springfield and
Full
Shelbyville.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. So, arriving in town, in Silverguard. Pop that out so I can use that later. You see... the place has definitely been bombarded by the avalanche. You can see like piles of snow over the environment, but the buildings are fairly designed to withstand the environment that they've been built under. So let me see. With that, I want... Where is my... Gotta have it somewhere. Two-second Windows.
No problem.
Lost the thing that I was supposed to have there. So. Okay, right. Yes. So you see, rather, you can hear strange noises in town. The sounds are that of people crying, violent sobbing, as though trying to stifle it, to not worry the people around them. It just kind of echoes in the wind.
Do you see anybody like around the town walking about, or is everybody like huddled up inside basically?
You do not see a soul.
What is all this scratch marks here?
This is from sleds and the like moving through town. Just
Okay.
it's essentially the well-trodden path. So,
Sean turns to his owl and commands it, "Seek for survivors. Screech when you find one."
okay, cool.
And sends it off.
All right. It doesn't take too long as the three of you wander around town. You peer in windows as you walk past. The sound of sobbing just echoes in the wind. It's got no discernible source. But eventually the barn owl does return, or it does screech rather, and you are given a direction. So
Scares the shit out of whoever was crying.
yeah. Surprisingly, even though the owl's screech does like pierce through the air, pierce through the almost silence, the sobbing remains unchanged. So you follow the direction of the screech, and you eventually arrive outside a large tavern. The outside of it has a good bit of snow built up, but you can see that the snow on the windows is already starting to melt from the heat radiating from within. A sign frozen in place, even though it's meant to be one of the swinging signs outside, says Frostfall Ale House. The door is essentially snowed in.
Well, best time to go in a crisis. Best time to go in a crisis is always a boozer.
A what?
Shame.
Wait, have I lost everybody? What's going on?
A shame we don't have our resident fire mage with us.
Sigurd is gonna just try and start digging him out.
Alrighty, right. So,
Oh shit.
yeah, it doesn't take you too long. Using your you dual wield your pans and shovels and get through that pretty fast.
Corda does like the little doggy style digging.
Meanwhile, Kisan, I imagine, what are you up to?
I'm using a little bit of fire magic myself. I may not be Wakefield, but I do have some available to me, and so I'm using fire bolts.
Cool. And that is a cantrip, yes? So you're not using it?
Yep.
Cool. You work together and remove the snow blocking the entrance. Arriving finally at the door, you attempt to open it, but it is unmoving. It appears to be barred from the inside. You hear someone quickly arrive at the door from the other side, and like also you hear their body kind of like slam up against it as they say, "What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna get us all killed!" So
The avalanche has finished.
And I'll put you over here. So this is our tavern. So as this is happening and you speak to the person inside, I can't check right now. Could you all tell me what your passive perceptions are?
Passive perception.
Hold on, give me a second.
I'm 13.
Are we, just out of curiosity, are we supposed to see something? Because it just says I don't have a token in this map.
I've got 2 Cassans, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
With the advantage of there being 2 of me, my passive is actually 20.
I can see now. Passive perception is just the number next to perception, right?
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 13 for me as well. But I'm also proficient in it, so that's nice.
And then the only one I didn't get there was Kassan. What is yours?
15.
15. All right. So, as you are distracted by the dwarvish woman inside shouting at you, you do not notice the sound of the sobbing. Not getting closer, just getting louder.
Oh, son. Knew it was here.
All right. As you are unaware until you, let's say,
How long does this spell last?
which spell?
Has it been 10 minutes? I'm assuming it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be about it'll been over 10 minutes. But
Yeah, so Shield of Faith is down. I was just counting Shield of Faith.
Cool. All right, okay. We have the Corda. You feel a very terrible chill run through your entire body. It feels as though all of your blood has just turned to ice simultaneously as you let out a very audible shiver. The other 2 will instinctively turn around to look in your direction and see a translucent tannoy climbing up onto your back. Its eyes are sewn shut.
Immediately attempting to shake that Thanoi off. If she can move.
You may. Let me just double check. What I need from you is a charisma save first.
A charisma save, okay. Charisma, that's just a flat d20 because I ain't got no modifiers. That's a 6.
Alright, so the others see this Thanoi climbing up on top of you before it. You shiver, you shake, and it vanishes. Alright, so. Corda?
Yeah?
You are no longer in control of your body. Although you do still have all of your awareness. You all of a sudden, with this massive anchor in hand, you start swinging down on the door in front of you.
Oh, fuck.
The other 2 of you, you will have both of you. I think both of you are my religious experts.
Yep.
So it won't take too much for both of you to realize. I don't even need a roll. That your good friend Corda has just been possessed.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I were to cast protection from good and evil on Corda, would it repel the spirit from inside of her?
Good question. Click the name of the spell and it'll pop into the chat and we'll have a look at it.
It would not, because it's actually protection from evil and good.
I keep clicking on the name and it just keeps
If
putting
the
on
target is already
and
frightened or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Okie doke. Alright, so let me just double check.
Does it save her? Oh yeah, it does.
Yep, last line.
Yep, I see it. Well, shit.
Alright, okay. So, with that, Corda, you are now, as Holly, I'm not going to take, your dice rolls and stuff away from you. I'm just changing your goal. Please roll me an attack roll on this door.
Okay. Big ol' anchor strike. This door is gonna have a good time. That's a 23.
Alright. With a 23, this set of double doors just cracks open as the anchor pierces through the middle, instantly snapping the wooden bar that's holding it shut behind it.
Corda, quite unusual for Corda. She's in a bit of a panic. She's like, I can't stop, I can't control.
And
do you want damage or?
no, you don't need to roll damage.
Okay. Big anchor is indeed big anchor.
Big anchor is big anchor, and big anchors went through the door. Right. With that, you are entering the building. The other two, what you'll see is Corda marching through the crowd. The very many people, presumably almost everybody in town is inside this building right now, and instead of attacking any of them, Corda's walking straight through past all of them to one guy at the very back. This is... I will get his description of... Aha, okay. A dwarf. A male dwarf with black hair, black braided hair. He has very fancy garments on that are adorned with gemstones and has elaborate golden rings on every single one of his fingers. He is very obviously the richest man in the tavern, presumably in the whole town, and Corda is heading towards him with her axe above her head.
So I think Kassan is going to go ahead and cast Disguise Self while he's behind Corda, turning into a copy of that man.
Ooh, okay.
Then Misty steps immediately in front of him, and quickly runs around him a few times, trying to go and distract Corda so that you can't tell which is which.
Interesting. Okay.
That's fun.
Alright, okay. So, what we'll do is... what is the usual rule to see through that? It's an
intelligence save to see through it. Yeah.
Intelligence save. Corda, give me an intelligence save.
I'm sorry, intelligence investigation check.
I think you probably just beat Corda. Intelligence check, dog. God damn, man.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, investigation. Holy shit! Possessed Corda is really smart.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Where's Corda getting the +2 from? Are you proficient in investigation?
Yes, I'm proficient in investigation.
Why are we all proficient in investigation?
It's a good skill to have, I guess.
We're all proficient, but none of us.
Alrighty, okay. Alright. right, everything's back in working order, I think. Right, so basically what happened essentially is I was told the internet would be moved over at some point on the weekend. I thought it meant during the day, but they decided midnight, so I just had to go down, move over to the new router, get the new router set up, log into the new router, all that there jazz, and now we're back.
Wow, you did that really fast.
Yeah, they were expecting it to be at like normal hours for everybody.
Yeah.
Normal human hours when nobody would be using the internet.
Well,
Fortunately, me and you, D, are not humans.
No, you're a dog person, and I'm a cartoon. So
You're an otherworldly figure.
yeah.
He is an ascended being.
Beyond your comprehension.
All about Dungeon Master. I think in my other group's Facebook, they use Facebook to do their between games chat and stuff instead of Discord. I think I've been nicknamed Basement Master in that one.
Basement Master.
That's pretty good.
All right, so let me know what the last thing you heard me say was, because I don't know when it cut out.
The last thing I remember was the investigation.
Oh,
It
okay.
was yes. I did an investigation check, and then you fell into the void and vanished.
I see. Okay, right. So you did the investigation check.
Yes.
I'll just repeat everything that I said then, as I was talking to nobody. Yes,
So
Kassan runs
Kassan-
around you in circles. You are able to see through the illusion, not to the point that you can tell that it is Kassan, but rather just enough to get your eyes back on the true target. At this point, you have a not 3 turns, but 3 moves between Kassan and Sigurd left. 3 actions left to try and prevent Corda from squashing this very wealthy looking dwarf.
I'm gonna try and grapple Corda.
Grapple. Okay, strength v strength. All right. Let's do that. Both of you can roll athletics for me, please.
Okay.
Oh shoot, that's not athletics.
Athletics. I will roll that now.
There's athletics.
That is 16. You got a crit. Nice.
All right. Okay, Sigurd, you
With the gloves.
Oh yeah. All right. So
Yeah, we gave those gloves to Sigurd because it would be better for him.
True. So you lunge forward at Corda, putting her arms to her side and preventing her from swinging down on the dwarf. She is struggling to break free, but for the time being isn't breaking free.
What the fuck's going on?
What are you going to do now?
I didn't think this far ahead.
Do we know how to get a ghost out of a person? Like, will
You can
psychic
roll
damage
me-
only hurt the ghost?
Oh, good question. You can roll me your religion or arcana, your choice for this, and I will let you know.
Sounds good. $22.
22. Perfect. Okay, so with that, you will. I'll just tell you like the straight facts about it. So the possession lasts until the body drops to 0 hit points. The ghost chooses to end the possession, or the ghost is forced out by an effect like dispel evil and good.
Is that a spell?
Oh, he's straight spitting facts.
What? Oh shit!
Sorry, Corda. This is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me.
She's struggling. Oh my god. She's struggling about it. Even when she's struggling, she's still like kind of has Asperger's. Like, all right, let's see.
Sean is going to go ahead and pull out his moonbeam, blasting it directly onto Corda.
Does that go like from the top down?
And what is that? That's a dex save, is it?
Moonbeam, con save. So Corda's going to do well, but it's still something that you're going to have to do every single turn.
Ah, okay, right. In that case, what we can do is get you to... how long does it last?
Moonbeam.
It lasts a minute.
Moonbeam will last until I drop concentration or 1 minute, whichever is shorter.
Alrighty, right. So instead of rolling me con saves, what I'm going to get you to do is roll me a couple more contested things with Sigurd. So it'll be athletics checks between the two of you again. Just 2 more, just to see what happens if you're stuck there for the duration of the moonbeam. Then you're gonna.
Okay. So you want another athletics check?
Yeah.
Athletics. Oh, here we go. Not one. We got it. We got it, baby.
Okay, right. So let's get the damage for that one, please, Plains.
Okay. Round 1 of damage. 14 damage.
Okay.
Also, is Corda considered a shapeshifter, technically?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, I didn't know if as a shifter, she was also a shapeshifter.
I largely used shifter just as like a more general beastman type race.
I just didn't know if you were allergic to moonlight.
Nah.
Shape changers make saving throws with disadvantage.
Yeah, she doesn't count as a shapeshifter specifically, no.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, right. We will need another contested thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
All right.
19.
Okay. All right.
Oh dears.
Oh dear.
Kashan is going to go ahead and just very... Oh, wait, Kashan can't cast that spell without dropping concentration. Darn it. Can I have my little owl go and just, like, suicide tackle Corda?
Suicide?
Into nothingness with -1.
Okay, right.
It's not going to survive running into Corda head first. It's going to die. But it's also really
Nothing's gonna survive
okay.
that.
So at this point, what we'll do is you can roll that attack while Corda does her con save for the moonbeam this time.
Okay. Constitution save. That is a 17.
Is that half damage or no damage?
half damage.
Half. Okay.
His SC Corda's pretty strong. Oh.
And I'm presuming Null is attacking with advantage because Corda was grappled when it started to dive bomb.
Okay, sure.
Regardless, it misses.
Got a 12.
Okay. All right. So, Sigurd, what are you going to do here?
So Corda's free of the grapple?
Yeah, Corda's free of the grapple. Yeah.
Bursts out and then Tom's over is like,
11.
I don't know what's happening, Sigurd, I can't stop it.
You've just took an owl to the face as well, but like just shrug it
Yeah.
off.
Struggling to keep my eyes open, seared.
Honestly, Sigurd's like base instinct is just like just slam. I think Sigurd is just gonna take his skillet and he's just gonna go, sorry, Corda, and he's gonna try and bash Corda over the head.
Okay, let's make that roll. I think
Does the 21 hit?
Wasn't fun. All right, okay. So that hits.
So here's my question before I roll this. If I were to smite, but because the skillet is bludgeoning damage.
Well, Corda's not an NPC, so she'll go into death save anyway.
Okay,
Yeah, so you can just help me
I'm gonna smite then. So there's that damage.
Do we add the extra damage though as an undead since the ghost is possessing Corda, or do we not add the extra D8 for smiting an undead?
Good question. You can't target the ghost itself, so I would say that won't work.
Okay.
So that's 17 points of damage, 11 radiant, and 6 bludgeoning.
Oh, alright. Okay. So,
I don't know what Corda's health is looking like.
Corda is very, very, very weak at the moment.
Oh, I've not been keeping track of my health. I'm sorry.
It was 14. Then no, Corda's down. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corda's down. Right. So
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. A big ol' smack, and Corda's just like cross-eyed, big lump goes up.
You just hear the dunk.
Yeah. Kashan is keeping an eye out for when the ghost manifests again. He's going to aim his moonbeam right at the ghost.
All right.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on out here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Ghosty.
So the ghost does emerge from Corda, just kind of like almost like it's in her exact pose as it kind of like floats up out of her body and stands upright, and your moonbeam is on it, and I will roll a con save for that, which is a 15.
A 15, unfortunately, beats my DC, so it'll only take 9 radiant damage.
9. All right. Okay. So you let me check radiant. Yeah, just works as intended with that. It doesn't double or half or anything. So yeah, you hit the ghost with the moonbeam, and it you hear its wails become even louder in your ears again. I should have mentioned that the moment that it possessed Corda, the wailing just stopped. But now that it's back, the wails begin, then the moonbeam, then the wails get louder. And it is incorporeal, so it quickly moves through the walls of the tavern and escapes. And you are in this tavern now, surrounded by scared patrons. A very rich-looking dwarf who appears to have pissed himself, and an unconscious doggo woman.
All right, back on your feet. And Kashan is going to enter his chalice form to supercharge his heals, and is going to go ahead and start casting Healing Word on Corda.
Awesome.
Anyone else got a boo-boo while I'm at it?
I would use Cure Wounds, but I want to hold the smite slot in case I need to beat down a ghost.
Corda, you heal whatever that number was. 16?
16 HP, okay. I will be back up then on my feet with 16 HP. A little bit woozy. Corda, like, sort of, her eyes flutter open, she steadily gets up to her feet, and she just vomits, like, fire.
Right,
I'm gonna
one
go
more
up to
to the possession. It's just like all the ale you've been drinking.
I'm gonna go over to the rich dude and I'm just gonna be like, how did you piss off a ghost?
Corda, go ahead and heal another 14. You're up to 30.
Sick.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. You as you head over to the dwarf, he hangs his head down and says,
He says, I cast Fireball, 86 fire damage.
I'm about to tackle this man. It's the last thing I do.
Right, okay, yeah. He says, I haven't a fucking clue, but all of a sudden, they've been attacking the town. He says,
How many?
He says, I don't know. I could be dozens, it could be one. I can't tell them apart.
Sean is going to cast guidance on himself and look the guy dead in the eyes.
Yes!
Are you hiding anything from us? Remember, it's never wise to lie to a devil.
Damn!
And I'm going to try to just like really focus on the insight, looking for every micro expression across his face.
Awesome. Okay, right. So
I feel like I'm gonna help assist by like kind of intimidating him. I just pull out the freaking trident and I'm just holding it as I'm staring at him.
The fact that Corda almost is intimidation enough.
yeah. So what? Yeah, true. You can't. How do you intimidate a guy who's already pissed himself? He's got nothing else to lose. What you can do is instead of granting advantage to Kassan, what I'll get you to do is roll your intimidation separately. And Kassan, you can roll your insight for me.
I should have just rolled insight.
Alright, not terrible.
Okie doke.
Yeah, it's not great.
But
But then again, like you said, there's no scaring him. He's already scared. No.
yeah,
You can't scare me. I'm already terrified.
Okay, so Kassan, you are aware that he is leaving out details. He doesn't appear to fully understand what is going on, so he's being truthful in that regard, but he is lying via omission of certain details. Yeah.
We could just skewer him and eat him.
Fucking Sigurd the cannibal, just like fully leaning into it now.
Literally, Sigurd is like, how do I scare someone? He's like, shoot, I can't intimidate them. Well, let me just say something scary.
That's the devil. That was the devil on Sigurd's shoulder talking right there.
Like,
Yeah, it was.
Kassan got up there, but he's just like riding on top of Sigurd. All right, okay. Yeah, so you're aware that he is omitting something, but unfortunately, with the intimidation, he's not giving up any of those extra facts. He's just you're just aware.
Well, we could drag him out and let the ghosts have him.
How very unfortunate. If only we had more information, we could potentially protect you. But as it is, all we can do is wait for the ghost to possess someone else. Boy, I sure hope he doesn't possess the laser-shooting, teleporting, shape-shifting demon next.
God. I am all for like extremely catty Kassan. Oh my goodness.
I love Kassan, he's great.
Kassan, I don't know, was that persuasion or intimidation?
I don't know either.
I think he just wanted to be a bit of a bitch, to be honest.
I think that was just cattiness. Hassan's not even trying to change his opinion at this time. He's just trying to make himself realize that this guy is like, screwed.
Well,
He's trying to make himself have so much guilt.
give me persuasion on that.
He's trying to make him piss himself a second time. That's
Wait,
so
what the heck?
good.
Oh, it's Wakefield.
Actually, I do have
Guidance.
guidance still up, so Nat
Oh,
20,
that's a
30-20.
dirty 20 is great.
Okay, awesome. So sure, he looks at you as you say that it would be a shame if you got possessed. Perhaps your eyes light up a little bit when you say that fucking laser spit, and yeah, you see his trousers just get a little bit more wet. We didn't know. Nobody knew he had any more in him, but apparently he kept some. So he says, "All right. Look, they've had some very particular targets, and it was." I lost a lot of my windows that I had up when the internet died, so I just need to grab this. Alright. Yeah, he says, they've had, let's say, some very particular targets. Most of them had gone missing during the nights. That's when we started a night watch to see what was going on. Some of them, some of the night watch witnessed ghostly tannoy. They appear to be going after the owners of the old mine.
Let me guess. The Thanaway had been employed there until they died.
Well, in not in so many words. Yes.
I feel like it's a lot worse. Like, I feel like immediately as he said work, Sigurd is gonna automatically assume that he meant enslaved.
He says, "There's an old mine shaft close by. It's called the Shield Bearers Veins. That's where we think this is coming from." And he says, "Actually, no, he leaves it there. You seem like a hardy sort. I've got money. I've got plenty of money. I'll pay you if you sort this situation out."
Oh, I'm sure taking your blood money will help us attract the ghosts even better.
Yes. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
He admits it's blood money.
Oh, I see. I wasn't aware of the connotations there. Well, what I mean is, I will pay you for your services.
I'll take money if I never have to do that again. Fuck.
Perfect. All right. Well, he hobbles over to the broken entrance to the tavern, leaving a kind of trail of small puddles in his wake as he points in a direction just to the west of town, saying, "The Shield Bearer's veins are that way." He says, Please, the town won't be safe until this is sorted.
Let's get this done with him.
Why do we have so many side quests?
Are there any Fenoi in this building besides Sigurd?
Good question. No. Let me see the list. We have dwarves, elves, gnomes, and halflings. That's it.
Wow.
I don't know if it helps.
All
They're
right.
all very white.
Right. So he has shown us. Where is he taking us exactly again?
Going to the mine.
Yeah, if you head over to the
region map?
This.
Okay. Region map. The Shield Bearer's Veins. Okie do.
All right. Okay.
While I loathe to help such a man, I do believe this may relate to our overlying goals. We've encountered creatures from the aberrant, creatures from the pit, and now the undead. Perhaps the very nature of the planes themselves are in flux.
Not the
We
first
can
time I've
learn
had
more.
something in my head either. Albeit, it's fucking hell. What's the greatest? No nice as that.
That said, Sigurd, if you tell us to leave well enough be, and to leave these fools to their own devices, I will respect your decision and defer to your leadership.
Sigurd just kind of taken aback because he thought like Kassan was more closely the leader, but Sigurd just kind of goes, "Well, it would be quite rude to do that. I think, dealing with this problem while we're here is probably for the best. Especially if it comes to bite us in the back later. Also, we need money for a ship."
Noble goal.
Sigurd is very single-minded. He's like, well, we need to make it all the way up there. Fastest way is a ship. We need money for a ship. This gets us money. Thus, it is good.
Awesome. All right. So,
Does anyone else just see a black screen? It's just me.
No, we see everything. You lost your connection.
That makes sense.
yeah, just press F5 or something. Should
I
work
just
there.
refresh.
All right. So, with that, the party may head
There we go.
to the
Ever find Enna? She's just also lost.
She didn't get stuck, did she?
Oh no!
He has
no,
the
she
two remaining
vanished.
dogs with her, surely. Surely she teleported away with the two remaining dogs.
Oh, thank goodness.
See, that
Thank
makes
goodness.
perfect sense.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Okay, right. So you head to the Shieldbearer's Veins. Arriving outside, you see that it is a strange sight. It has all the hallmarks of a mining operation. It has all of the scaffolding and cranes and the like outside of the entrance, but the entrance itself is very reminiscent of the underground temple you were at in Vormvatten, Lake Vormvatten. You see intricate patterns surrounding the outside. They are very old and very eroded, but the general aesthetic is the same. Sigurd, could you please roll me? I'm just going to check what stone cunning usually uses.
Stone cutting?
Stone cunning is a dwarvish feature usually. Yeah, it's a history check. So if you give me a history check with proficiency.
Okay. So that's this plus 2. Ooh! 20!
Awesome.
Which
Okay.
makes sense, because I do speak Dwarvish.
So what you see are ancient, very, very ancient Hanoi carvings. They are older than the temple that you found in the lake. They seem to have been abandoned for some time, and the carvings themselves are that of a burial site. This is, from what you are aware, a very old Tannoy tradition that is no longer practiced, as the Tannoy now perform more Viking-esque burials at sea. So this is like thousands of years old.
Sigurd is gonna immediately like facepalm and just say out loud, he's like, they saw all these carvings and they were like, let's make it into a mine. Like he's like partially upset that like how stupid people are. It's like, maybe if you see the markings of a burial site, don't touch it.
To be fair, you will be also aware that like it's very niche information.
Is it very like faint?
Yeah,
or is
it's
it like
faint and it's eroded?
okay,
yeah, but also it's.
I was just wondering because if if it was like engraved in the wall and it's like they just saw the carvings and they're like, oh, those are some fancy drawings.
Yeah,
like,
just said in common.
Wonder who that's for.
She says Tannoy burial drawing. Let me double check.
Americans would do that.
Yes. Okay. So you are aware as well that there are. We all speak Dwarvish, I think, because you're in Dwarf land. So
I love
even better.
there is dwarven signs around the place. That's also where it says Shieldbearer's Veins on a sign, quite crudely attached to the top of the entrance to the mines, where it's kind of like obstructed and ruined the carvings and such. But there's also other signs around that basically say and imply that this is a mithril and silver mine. So a lot of valuable metals to be found, hence the mining operation. The fact that it's closed, you aren't entirely aware why. It could have been because of the ghosts. It could have just been because the well runneth dry. So,
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to like necessarily like navigate it toward like the center of it, I guess?
you mean navigate the mines themselves?
I just realized, so the Thanoi burial site, is it the ground like in front of the mines, or is it like deep into the mines?
So Yeah, it appears to be within the mines. So the mines themselves at one point were more like a barrow where the bodies were stored, kind of like catacombs that had fallen into disrepair and then were turned into a mine thousands of years later.
Now I get it. All right, that
If
makes
we are
sense.
going to walk into a burial site, fighting the undead, perhaps we should patch our wounds first. I recommend a short rest.
Sigurd will go ahead and give a thumbs up to that. I was about to say, Jesus, not the spell slots, but the what is it? We take a
Your channel of
short
abilities,
rest.
I think, come back.
I haven't used my channel divinities.
Okay.
Sure.
I needed that because I'm out of wild shapes. And that's kind of like most of my character.
Yeah.
I, didn't want to go and burn any more spell slots after I spent so many healing Corda.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I was about to say I don't get my spell slots back on a short rest.
Neither do I, just them wild shapes.
What I will say is, if just this once, or maybe just in general, if I could make a light meal, with our snacks.
Yeah. Okay. You can provide.
Let's see.
You can provide a light.
Where's the? Where's the there? It's somewhere in here. If I can find them.
So you only need to use 3 ingredients each anyway, because there's only 3 of you at the moment.
Oh, even better. So let's go with meat stew. And I'm just gonna half what it has. So and I go into this and I go there's let's see, so that's 9. That is what vegetable do I have the most on? Mushrooms.
He's in his fucking element right now. You can tell.
I'm cooking it. Let him cook. Literally. I got plenty of bread. Gotta love bread.
I can make bread with
every character
bread.
you ever have will just have bread.
Oh, absolutely, for all the time. And then I need to roll for cook utensils, right?
You will be making a wisdom check. If you're proficient in cook's utensils, you can add your proficiency.
Yeah.
And that is
I just said that because it has a like its own thing here, which I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So everybody, all 3 of you get 6 temp HP there.
Set.
And with that, we will end the session. I did say it would be a shorter one today.
Shorter, but definitely not light on content. Oh my god, that was eventful.
So you.
I'm just glad we did what we did before Corda started attacking us.
True.
Yeah, Corda's great to have on your side. Keyword on your side.
Yeah, definitely keyword on our side.
So hopefully next week we'll have Enna and
the gang back
Wakefield
together
with us, and we can storm this ancient barrow together and see what lies within.
As you see Kassan slurp the last of his stew, he's like, "Oh, that really hit the spot." He hiccups and disappears into the border ethereal.
Oh yes, no, I forgot you're gone. You're gone for what?
He's gone for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks. It's gonna suck.
I'm so sad. As he I imagine as he starts to fade, Sigurd is just going to start bawling and go to hug him, and then he just hugs the air, and then there's what did you say gets left behind?
The star map gets left behind again.
I just pick up the star map and I just hold it close. I'm like, Kassan!
You just put it in the same pouch as the lantern, and the fucking star map catches fire.
Oh god.
No. I wouldn't. I would put it.
Like
If anything,
a glass thing or something. It's not like a paper map. It's like a glass disc.
yeah, I would. I feel like Sigurd would like wrap it up in like a cloak and put it like in a very special pouch. Like, this is sacred. It's very sad.
We'll miss you
Sigurd!
next week, playing so.
So sad.
Hopefully, is there any chance, like, at all that these will shift at all, or is it 100% we're missing you for 4 weeks?
It is. It's unfortunately 100%. Trying to go and trade away night shifts is just very, very difficult. Unfortunately, and they scheduled me for Saturday nights every time. I have a period of time where I have almost 11 nights in a row.
Ooh.
It's 3 nights in a row, a night off, and then 7 more nights in a row.
Right. Oh, that sucks.
Fun.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely miss you, but we will keep you updated on the events and stuff in Discord.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to think of some fun border ethereal plane lore to go and justify him getting lost in there.
Yeah, I mean, so what I've done before for Corda is a one-shot for her drunk adventures.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I wasn't sure if anybody else was coming back, like Corda Adventure Part 2.
Yeah. So I could, if you like, on a random day that you have off, because I'm like, I my work schedule's very open. We could just plan a one shot for yours, just to see what your character gets up to on the in the border.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Those are always my favorite sessions.
Information about my.
It's a super fun idea.
What were you saying?
My thought was it's just the back rooms.
Oh yeah! Oh, that's fun. Okay.
It's like, I thought that the abyss was supposed to be pure chaos, but this is worse somehow. It's back rooms.
It's too orderly.
It's too much.
It's perfectly orderly, but in the wrong way.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All the beds are tucked in, but the mattresses are upside down.
Ooh. Oh, that's that was a really. I like a quote from Stephen King that said, like, I think he was talking about, like, the different types of horror. And I think it was, maybe he was talking about, like, creepy or, like, unnerving horror, but, like, basically, when you go into your office and you see, like, everything is exactly the way you left it, but you know that, like, that everything's also changed, like everything's been moved over exactly like an inch or something. It's like it's just a really unnerving aspect of it. Something like that. I really liked it. But anyway, I'm gonna get to bed. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for a lovely session as always.
Always a great time.
Right. I'll catch you later. Bye.
Good night.
This stream was made possible thanks to my amazing Patreon supporters, so thank you all so much for your support, and a great big thanks to the Dastardly DMs, Whimsical Wisp and Moxie the Demon.